Hey everybody, it's been too long. I did not keep my promise of getting my playoff matchup after I uploaded those the remaining battles from the LDL regular season. But this is Zemanon, coach of the Detroit Solgaleo, bringing you the round one or the quarterfinals of the LDL Evolution League's playoffs, and we're going up against Beard and his Lakewood Trevanents. Yet again, if you watch that match from the last time, we ended up losing. We had the play. I'm very disappointed in myself. I should have played to my outs a little better, and I arguably could have won that one. But none of that matters at this point, and nothing would have changed even if he did lose that. Since Beard did have the best record in the league, undefeated. He was like plus 39 differential or something like that. Volcarona was like plus 25 differential. It was crazy. So, if we're talking about adjustments on team prep, I'm not going to lie. I really did not make many adjustments here because I had thought that I had the play from the beginning. So I was like, why am I going to change why am I going to change any of my sets or anything like that when I had the team to beat him last time. So the only adjustment I did make is I brought Dustclops this time because my Dustclops set was I don't like. You're gonna see Dustclops does absolutely nothing, but it was just like the ultimate Volcarona counter because last time I had nothing that could really take the Volcarona after it got set up. But my Dustclops could take like a +3 Inferno Overdrive or something like that if it still had its EV light on. And then I had Rock Tomb, which was a 2-hit. With the amount of attack I put into Dustclops, Rock Tomb was a 2-hit on the Volcarona. So I was not going to get swept by Volcarona again today, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to have to try to figure out a different way of beating me here if he wants to move on in the LDL. But Beard's already moved up to the Majors division next year just by having the best record in the league. So now this match is really more important to me because I have to keep winning to move on so I can make it to the finals, because if you make it to the finals, win or lose, you get bumped up to the Majors next season. So, and I also want to be the guy that takes down the undefeated. I think that'd also be a pretty fun story for the Detroit Solgaleo to have had in their first season here in the LDL. I think that would be pretty fun. I'm going to actually lead with Dustclops because I expected him to lead Excadrill, which is what he led in our previous game. I wanted to know if it was Scarfed or if it was banned or anything like that. But instead he actually leads Mesprit here, and the Dustclops shows me his Cobra Berry, or shows Mesprit's Cobra Berry off. And Dustclops is actually useless now since Eviolite is gone on turn 1, and he missed Toxic. So it is not looking like a great decision to bring Dustclops here because he's not bulky and he can't make hits. I had a feeling he would switch out into Tapu Fini here, so I did not go for the Toxic again because of Misty Terrain. So instead I actually hard switched into Pelipper, trying because I would resist the water attacks and I would start setting up my rain here. And here we go. First loss of the game here is from Hidden Power Electric Tapu Fini, which is a great call on his end. Like, I'm not even mad. I tell you, I was mad at the time. I'm not even gonna pretend like I was not mad. But it's that you could do, right? Like, it's just, I have a Pokemon 4 times weak to Electric. Fini had the move slot for it, but whatever. Now him switching it out here, these couple turns, I ended up wasting a lot of my rain. So I had the Damp Rock Pelipper to extend my rain, but now that he's gone, I have these 7 remaining turns just to with Swampert. Like, Swampert is dead weight after rain is gone in this matchup, and those Stealth Rocks are the most important Stealth Rocks I might ever set in my entire life, and you're gonna find out later. So he's actually Reflect on Mesprit. Last time he had Sandstorm to get rid of my rain and to also boost his his Excadrill, which was pretty interesting. This time he's Reflect, and he kind of gets me in a situation here. I was honestly clicking buttons after that HP Electric. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I was just like, oh my god, whatever. I just, I have to go. I'm just clicking buttons at this point. Whatever. Congratulations, you move on. You're still undefeated. Yada yada. But Waterfall in the Rain and Earthquake were like honestly doing kind of similar damage, so it really didn't matter too much what I was clicking. But a Surf or a Rain boosted Surf really did a lot of damage to me. So he's going to switch back out into the Mesprit here just because I went for the Earthquake and he has Levitate, so it was a smart play on his end. But now I can just Waterfall because at this point his Finny can't take two more Waterfalls. So he had to sack the Mesprit, and I guess it did its job. It got rid of my Eviolite on the Dusclops, and he really didn't, Mesprit didn't need to do anything else, obviously. So it was fine for him to sack it there. Now the Tapu Fini is faster than my Swampert, and I didn't know if that meant it was Scarfed. Crit didn't matter, obviously. So Swampert goes down really unceremoniously, and my Rain is gone. I'm down 5-4 without the two most important Pokemon on my team. But Choice Scarf Nidoking is going to put in work, folks. It did literally nothing last time. It just came in and got knocked out as my last Pokemon in our previous match. But look at the Stealth Rocks! I have literally no idea why Volcarona switched in here to take 50% plus the Thunderbolt, plus a second Thunderbolt because we're Scarfed. So Volcarona did diddly squat in this game. And even if we lose, I'm still proud of that because I did not go down to Beard's Volcarona. Now the Crobat comes in, takes his Stealth Rocks damage, and then, I don't know, I mean, he should know by now that I'm Scarf, so I don't know why he brought the Volcarona in instead of, say, the Excadrill, who would be immune to my Thunderbolt, but he actually lives it because of the berry, which stinks, and he gets a Tailwind off. So now he has a speed control at this point. Now he's going to U-turn, and I think he goes into the Excadrill here. Yeah, he's going to go into the Excadrill, which makes sense, because now he definitely knows. Maybe he just thought maybe he's modest Finny and I was timid Nidoking, so that's why he didn't think about me being faster or whatever. He didn't think about it. But once I outsped the Volcarona, he should have known I was Scarfed, right? Because I don't naturally outspeed that. Unless he had no investment, then yeah, I would outspeed if he was like full bulk or whatever. But I'm going to bring in the Dusclops to sack it off because it was literally useless. And the most important thing it told us is that he's choice banned. So the same situation arises again in this matchup. So I gotta get rid of the Dusclops here. So I legitimately do not know why I brought DNC in here. Like, I'm still trying to figure it out. He switches it out, thankfully, into the Crobat, and we're just whatever two hits we go for. We could have went for Power Gem or Moonblast because the Stealth Rocks is going to be enough to knock out the Crobat here. But basically, so I wanted to know Excadrill's item. I'm like talking ahead of time because the same situation that arose as Tailwind runs out from the last game is going to come up again. If he is choice banned Excadrill, my Zeraora is faster and knocks him out with close combat. If he is choice Scarf Excadrill, he is faster, but I have Shuka Berry, so I live and then am able to close combat and knock him out. So that's why I really needed to know what Dusclops was up to here. He decides to defog, actually, which is like a little too late, in my opinion, because the Volcarona already took all that damage from defog, or from the rocks earlier. So he's going to choice lock himself into Earthquake here, which is going to knock out the Diancie. I think I had a chance to live Scarf or Earthquake. I don't know if I had a chance to live the choice banded Earthquake. So Diancie goes down. Really, it got some knockouts it didn't really deserve, but you know what? It counts on the leaderboards. And now I'm faster because he's banded, and we just one hit the Excadrill. Crit did not matter. It was already, guaranteed here. Excadrill's down, and now he's got Mega Glalie versus the world. Mega Glalie, one of those very low tiered Mega Evolutions that he's still been able to put in work with. He didn't actually bring Glalie last time in our first matchup, so I was very surprised to see this come this time around. We're gonna close combat here, and we actually do not get the KO. Look how close that was to knocking out. We went at a 2-0 Zeraora getting 2 KOs, but he earthquakes, and at -2 defense with the Shukaberry, we are able to live this earthquake, which is just awesome. The fact that Zeraora could live a hit like that. And at this point, I was, oh yeah, alright, we're going to win 2-0. But he has the Ice Shard. So Zeraora goes down, but it more than did its job here. And now, Choice Scarfed Nidoking is going to come in and I believe get his 3rd knockout of this match. Like, he really put in work. The fact that I got beat so badly in the previous matchup against Beard, made it that he never knew that my Nidoking was scarfed. So I guess it was actually beneficial for me to get destroyed during the regular season, because the Glalie goes down. And ladies and gentlemen, we have moved on to the LDL Evolutions semifinals. Knocked off Mr. Undefeated and his Lakewood Trevanant. I'm not gonna lie, this was like the most hype moment of the season for me. Like, I was beyond ecstatic that this happened, because I don't know what the Pick'ems record was for the week in the Discord, but I'm pretty sure it was not in my favor. A lot of people had already kind of written this off. I was 5-7 at this point, which I dispute. I'm protesting that final loss. I think I should not have received it. But regardless, I was the last place team in the playoffs. Like, I was the last team that made it in. The 8th best team, and he was the number 1 seed throughout the entire season, and like very definitively the best player in the regular season. So this was a huge win, and I'm very proud of how I played. Even though I kind of like clicked buttons with the Swampert, I knew that Swampert wasn't going to win me this game because how Pelipper went down so quickly. So, but what Swampert did do was get rid of the Mesprit, and Mesprit was not able to Sandstorm. Because if he was Sandstorm and Sand Rush Excadrill, that would have changed a lot of things, because then he would have outsped on my Zeraora. So, like, Swampert still did his job. He's been excellent all season. And honestly, the most important thing he did in this matchup wasn't even an attack. It was setting up Stealth Rocks, because the Volcarona took 50%. And that was a pretty good feeling. It's always a good feeling when your opponent's like forced to switch in their 4 times weak or Pokemon weak to rock and take the Stealth Rocks there. But yes, thank you, Choice Scarf Nidoking, for helping me win this matchup, and congratulations to Beard for obviously his phenomenal regular season and moving up where he's going to be I think he'll be a big threat in the Majors division next year. But our next match is up against our old friend Maralt and the Slovenia Slow Bros. This is the 3rd time this season that we're going to be facing off against Maralt, so I would say we know each other's teams relatively well at this point, and let me tell you, that match already happened. It does not disappoint, ladies and gentlemen. It is quite a match, so make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when that goes live, so you can watch that one too. And with that, for now, this is Zemanon and the Detroit Solgaleo signing off. We'll see you in the semifinals.